Welcome to the Embodiment podcast. This show is for you if you see the body as more than a brain taxi. It's for people interested in coming home to the body as a holistic aspect of who we are and how we live. Episodes contain practical tips, exercises you can take away, and interviews with specialists from around the world. I'm your host for today, Mark Walsh. I sing the body in the electric age. I sing the body in the electric age. Sing the body in the electric age of overinformation, miseducation, and enter-brain drainment. I sing the body organic, sustainable, and unfairly trained for a world gone mad on mind. A cognitive catastrophe of unnoticing. A blinding of the great eye of feeling. I sing the body electric while the steady pulse of a nation risks overwhelm, and we live an ever-increasing short distance from our body. I sing the body as more than just a brain taxi, beyond a thing we own that transports bloated knowing, controlling, and fearing. I sing of a field of flesh beyond right and wrong, and the only place where we can meet, and I pray that we meet there. I sing the body in an age where food is often more toxin than nutrition, where fundamentalists still make the fundamental mistake of making our foundational body the foundational foe. Where we're trying to be sensational celebrities without coming to our senses sensibly, where we have traded our interface with reality and basic core operating system for pale digital denizen denigration. There is more wisdom in the body than any book or any philosophy, so do not believe a word I say and feel for yourself. There is no higher authority than intimacy, intuition, and irreverence. Irreverence. Auto-anesthesia is literally killing us, as how we relate to ourselves is how we relate to each other, is how we relate to the planet. How we relate to ourselves is how we relate to each other, is how we relate to the planet. The body is life. We only feel when we move. We only know we're alive when we feel. Health is movement. Sickness is unfeeling and stuckness. Life is movement. When we die, we stop. When we stop, we die. We do not express ourselves through movement. We are ourselves through movement. We are human movings, not human doings. Movement is what we are, not something we do. We dance first, think later, and that is the natural order. If you want to move your mind, move. If you want to move someone, move. If you want to move the world, move. Education that sits us in rows and removes movement and play and life is not education, but only the indoctrination of unconscious conformity. Knowledge is only a rumour until it is in the muscle. What children learn in school is not to be, not wisdom or relationships about themselves, but how to know, how to own, how to grasp, and how to do. The proper study of man is man or woman or dolphin, as you prefer. I sing in a world where the body parts are more offensive than poverty or bigotry, where describing the sweetness of the otter's pocket could deprive this podcast from liberty. Nonsense. There is nothing as sacred as the doors of the great room for which we are all birthed, your mama and your great earth mama's mama. And I know my work here is done when lovers will whisper what are now obscenities into each other's tender sacred orifices tenderly into the night, with shame being only a rumour of a long-forgotten land. I sing where the standard world of working shackles us to one folded posture, arms handcuffed to a keyboard, eyes bound in the hard stare of fear and anger straight ahead at the screen. Where clothes make women contort and unstable and put a noose around men's neck, where the body becomes the frozen valley of the shadow of life. I sing the body electric because the promise of ease has become the lie of sloth, because the dream of technology has become the nightmare of roboticism, where spirit once roared through the human body, it now whimpers, afraid to dance a defiant chorus of feeling. The body is a gateway to God. And if you want to truly shake with spirit, you must first shake your ass, and preferably someone else's too. Christ has no body but yours, and he prays with his hand, his heart, and his tongue. If you want to talk with tongues, you must first entangle them, because grace is, graceful. And if you want to get zen, you have to get down. And what of this? And what is the body made? It is made of emptiness and rhythm. Nothing but emptiness and rhythm. Nothing and emptiness and rhythm. At the heart of the world, there is no solidity. There is only the dance. Our bodies tell our story in tension, gait, and posture. We move through space like we move through life. Our stance is our stance to life. We lean towards, what we lean towards. Every wrinkle tells a story, and how we live is determined and broadcast every moment in fleshy form. We don't just need vagina monologues, we need full body monologues, full body dialogues when we listen and talk, and then listen some goddamn more with our whole bodies. Peace is not just possible, but inevitable. Peace is not just possible, but inevitable. Peace is built into the body, is how the body works well. God has plowed peace into our blueprint if we only listen. It is not the body of magazine colours. I am not this body or skeleton clothes hanger who would snap if a man ever took them into his arms and ravished them senseful. I am the body of posing, not the body of posing black and white unsolved men with tight bodies of fear and self-judgment. I am not the body of the airbrush branded and made me consume object, but I am the body fiercely sexual and proud. And I am not just this body. And stop that tittering at the back. We are not embarrassed children, and shame is violence, not sex. The body is our gateway to God, the mystic original the prophets of all religion listen to. Our bodies have one heart that beat, and it is the heart of the divine. The body of ours is a temple, and God is nearer to us than our jugular vein. Open thy hand and know that thou art love. The soul's test of violence is built into the very fabric of the body. Only through not feeling ourselves can we hurt another. Values are visceral. My body avoids the religious middlemen, and they're usually men, but more uptight than middling. The middlemen who deny and repress the body lest their flock get their truth straight from the source, and they lose their percentage, their control, and their fear-mongering. The body is anchored in the here and now, while the mind travels to the past and future. Mindfulness is impossible without bodyfulness, and sweat is as good a prayer as any that insulted silence. Behind your thoughts there is a priest growling. Behind your thoughts there is a lover whispering and a prophet preaching. The body is not an apology. My body, you had me at yes. My body, you saved me at no. The way we treat our bodies, each other, and the planet are one. In the body is the truth that we are one. We started connected through our bodies umbilically. We lose our little selves into the big booty of being. The body is holographic and umbilical in nature. If you're not in your body, you're homeless. And there is no alternative. Let's get involved and evolve. This is common sensual. To touch is to be touch, is to be touch. I do not just sing about my body because there is but one body. I am in you and you are in me. We mingle like an artist's paint in a fleshy puddle until the colour is naught but rainbow and the self is pure light. We are porous and connected, more wave than particle, more verb than noun, more process than product. I am the starving body of East Africa. I am the body of the sex traffic victim and her best friend that holds her body as she cries. I am the body of the molester behind bars and the politician in a prison of lies. I am the body of the Israeli and the Palestinian, the banker and the beggar. I am the body of all men and all women, or none. I beseech you, you have only to show up at the feast of your life right here. The church, library and playground are one and the doors are wide open. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. We have come to be danced where the kingdoms collide in the cathedral of flesh, to burn back into the light, to unravel, to play, to fly, to pray, to root in skin sanctuary. We have come to be danced, and in the end words fail and fall like dead leaves from the oak of our bodies. And all I have to say is, okay, so thank you for listening to all that. That is kind of a mashup poem from the upcoming book, Embodiment, Moving Beyond Mindfulness. It contains pieces you may have heard before. The name Body Electric, Walt Whitman. There's pieces there taken from Mary Oliver, James Joyce, George Leonard, Rumi, the Quran, Sonia Renee Taylor, Thich Nhat Hanh, Dylan Newcomb, Gabrielle Ross, Francis Bryce, Emily Conrad, Madeleine Aguirre, Nandita Mooney, Nietzsche, Buddha, the Upanishads, Samuel Beckett, St. Teresa, Budi Shabi, Stuart Heller, Rennie Boyer-Wilson, Jewel Mathewson, and a few more. So I hope you like that. If things familiar, it's not all for me. And that is the longest poem from the book, Embodiment, Moving Beyond Mindfulness. A lot of the rest of the book is more, how can I say, kind of prosaic lists, practical things on embodiment. So maybe I'll put those in a different recording. So thank you for listening. And that is out at the end of November. Some ways to get more, to give back, and to get more involved now. So the biggest request I have would be to share the podcast with your friends, people that you think would really enjoy it. Email it to them, put it on your social media, tell them about it, old school. Really appreciate that. Equally, if you want to support us financially, you can go to Patreon. That's patreon.com/embodiment podcast and give us $1 an episode. And I'd say they're well worth $1. So that's less than £1 if you're in UK-ish. So yeah, please go there. On the embodifacilitator.com website is where this is hosted. If most people I think listen to for iTunes. iTunes, we'd certainly appreciate a review. The way iTunes works means that a review means more people will find it. iTunes regards it as more important for searches. So even a couple of sentences review really does help as a little thank you to us. And if you want to go to embodifacilitator.com, you can see the actual, links to the sites. There's comments on there. The Facebook group tends to be where people discuss things. So if you go to put in the Embodiment podcast into Facebook, there's a page which is relatively quiet and a group which does have some discussion on. So I will reply to things personally there. So also on the embodifacilitator.com website, there's all sorts of freebies there. There's videos, there's free ebooks, there's ebooks you can buy. And of course, there's our newsletter list. If you want to stay in touch and learn about things like the Embodied Facilitator course and our next Embodied Yoga Principles teacher training, then go to that website and you'll see a little pop-up and you can get the newsletter through there. Okay, so I think they're the main ones. Tell your friends, pay us some money on Patreon, give us a review on iTunes, send us your email if you want to be on the newsletter list, and get involved on the Facebook there. Bit long. Pick whatever you like that works for you. Until next time, welcome home to the body.